So I think one of the big questions that I'm often asked, well, first of all, people usually don't know what TRIZ or TRIZ is. They've never heard of it. And we'll talk about that in just a second. For me, I actually started as a Lean Six Sigma practitioner. So I'm a certified Lean Six Sigma black belt. And I started with Lean Six Sigma, and I was doing quite a few projects with other black belts alongside of me. And we kept running into this situation where we couldn't get the same root cause. We couldn't come up with the same problem, the same explanation for the problem. And we started running into this issue about repeatability and reliability. And we realized that within the Lean Six Sigma toolset, we were kind of left wanting, right? And that pushed me into theory of constraints. So TOC, if you're familiar with TOC. Now, TOC has some really good tools. They've got the current reality tree, the future reality tree, and they start going into a deductive approach. But still, I felt like even though in TOC, you do a better job of coming up with kind of the core problem, right? And getting a better view of that causal structure. When it came to solutioning, and this was the same problem with Lean Six Sigma, you're really coming up with very small, simple, incremental changes, nothing that's going to give you a huge leap. And that's what pushed me into TRIZ. And then, so what I found was that using TRIZ, we were better able to decompose a problem, understand the problem structure, understand where and when in time and space problems came about, but then not just about understanding the problem, we were better able to come up with what we would call here, what Dave is famous for saying, coining, elegant solutions. So TRIZ, I think, goes above and beyond, at least in my experience, what I was able to do with Lean Six Sigma and TOC to better understanding the problem, and then also coming up with solutions in a repeatable, reproducible way that doesn't just give you an incremental change, but gives you a large leap in the performance of whatever that main parameter value is. That was my
Right,
experience.
right.
Yeah.
And I think many times when we look back at some of our solutions, they may not, it's difficult to look back on a solution and have an appreciation for how difficult it was to get there. But having, like, I am a Six Sigma board certified black belt myself, and I have used those tools to try to problem solve as well. And I've run across the shortcomings of those tools, or trying to apply them backwards. You have a tool and you try to apply it to a job, rather than having the job and having the task talk to you to try to find the proper tool, which is the proper way to go about it. You don't apply a tool just because you happen to know it. And I think a lot of times Six Sigma will do the latter. We'll like, we've got a fishbone diagram, so I'm going to use a fishbone for everything that I do. I mean, and Six Sigma is very good for doing certain tasks, especially for certain types of statistics, and evaluate common cause and special cause and those types of things. But I think it falls short when it comes to innovation and innovative problem solving, because there's a different set of tools and a different set of thinking that's required in order to get to the places that those other methods just won't allow you to get to.
So I was a reliability engineer for quite a while, and I got pretty sick of, well, I got pretty tired of doing just, I'd get data, do basic analysis, I'd present that analysis, make all kinds of great PowerPoints and recommendations based on the analysis. And then I'd hand all that over to another set of people who owned the problem, maybe owned the equipment or the product, only to be really disheartened when I saw that they took all this great insight and ended up doing a very incremental um, uh, job of finding solutions, or solutions that were really just 5% better or something, or they just made something a little stronger, a little faster, whatever whatever applied to that product. And then I heard about this thing called TRIZ, went to a seminar on it over in LA, like a half-day thing. And after about 20 minutes, I was like, oh my God, this is what I'm going to be doing. Now, admittedly, I'm kind of weird that way, but I completely resonated with it. And uh, from then on, I knew in some way, shape, or form, it was always going to be part of what I did, because it really, like I say, resonated with me. And part of that is I really found it so satisfying to do. I think for a lot of people, and maybe we don't acknowledge it, we're all engineers or problem solvers, analysts, whatever, of different kinds. But what really turns us on is when we happen to come across some solution that is so great, we want to just tell everybody, because it's, really represents a jump. And that is, like I say, is really satisfying, motivating. And I think that's why a lot of us went into this kind of field. Um, and when Michael mentioned elegant solutions, instead of those incremental ones, I'll just tell you up front, that basically means a solution that is extremely simple, maybe gets rid of many components. It's extremely inexpensive, if not free, and it also satisfies all requirements. You're not trading off or compromising on anything. Those things all just, most of the time we tell people and they're like, you're out of your mind, aren't you? I mean, that is impossible. And so we do deal with a lot of that, but it doesn't matter. I think we find it so satisfying to do, and we can be so consistently successful.